Alive.
Alive.
Hey, it's Chris Homestead and Hardware. And we're going to have to do another video talking about boar hogs. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, asking questions, and I said we do a video and kind of answer. First thing we need to cover is, yes, a boar is destructive. You have to have a little bit better pen, a little bit better stuff for you boar. I'm going to better show you what we've got here. And bear in mind, it just rained 3 inches the last 2 days. It's not normally this wet. Take a good look at the shelter. You need to build everything a little heavier for boar. The next thing is, you need to build your facilities where you can handle breeding without having to get in the pen with you. That's the safest way to do it. If you're a little scared of a boar hog, just build your stuff. You can take the sow from the sow pen, put her in with the boar when she's in heat, after she's bred. After she's bred, she'll be tired of this boar. He's going to worry her to death. She's going to be ready to come out. You open this gate, she comes out, you take her down the walkway back to her pen. You never had to get in the pen with him. If the boar's going to hurt you, most time it's when something's in heat. That's when you're going to have the most problem. The next thing is, you need to keep your boar on a diet. He on average, you're going to get half the feed the sow gets, because you want to keep him looking like him. Not roly-poly fat, athletic, in shape. He can breed better. It's just better on him. What causes you to have to get rid of your boar as a general rule is he gets too big. He gets too big to cover the sow. Well, when I say cover the sow, I mean get on top of her and breed her. It's a nicer way of saying it. He gets too big, too heavy, too long, and they kind of never quit growing. These hogs will grow to they're 5 years old. We've had boars to weigh 1,000 pounds. I mean, they'll grow, like I said, the first 5 years. And if you feed him like you do a sow, he's going to weigh 900 pounds when your sows weigh 500. He's not using anything. He's getting to grow pigs. The next thing we'll talk about, and we're trying to make this a short video, so I'm kind of talking fast. But the next thing we'll talk about is AI versus keeping a boar. With us, we like all natural. We like naturally bred. Most of our income from pigs comes from selling breeding stock. And if you're going to sell breeding boars, they need to be off naturally bred lines. Because what we've discovered and what we think the big problem nowadays is, if you buy a boar off of especially an AI line, they don't have any vigor. They don't care if they breed a sow or not. They don't have any drive. They're not gregarious. They just listless. They don't care if they breed or not. And that's because they've been AI'd so long, the lineage has been AI'd so long that they're not selected for breeding ability. If you're raising breeding stock, breeding ability is one of the things you have to select for. We're back on. I'm sorry about that phone call. But if you get boars off the AI line, most time they don't have any breeding. A good boar has a little bit of trouble sometimes because they really need a hand. You probably understand what I'm trying to say, but I haven't gone into a bunch of detail. But they have trouble kind of doing their thing anyway. And then you get an AI boar, they don't want to do it, so they don't get it done. One of the big advantages of raising a boar and breeding with a boar is you know exactly what you're getting. You can see what his growth rate was, temperament. You know exactly what you're getting. You know what genetics you're passing on. With AI, you kind of don't. Honestly, sometimes I don't trust the people you're getting the stuff from. You know, kind of like we talked about registered pigs before. Registration's an honor system. And at any point in time in the last 30 years, one person had to tell one lie, and your registered pig's not even full-blooded, much less registered. But that's another video. This boar pen is a 16 by 32. This shelter, which was not purpose built to be a breeding pen, but it's what we used. is 16 by 4 with the 2 doors. Your boar pen needs to be big enough that you can keep a sow in there with him for a week at a time. And you know, you need to have 2 feed pans, room enough under the shelter for 2 pigs. Occasionally we'll put 2 sows in here with him at the same time. But like I said, we just rehashed a couple things. You're better off take the boar to the sow. Don't try to keep the sow and the boar together all the time. That's the worst way to do it. But when she's in heat, take her to the boar. After she's bred, she'll be ready to go home. She'll be ready to leave and go back to her pen. You let her out of the pen, she'll come out. If you take him to the sow, he will not come back out of that pen. He doesn't understand she only comes in heat every 3 weeks. He thinks if he worries her enough, she might come back in tomorrow. So he's not going to leave her. She'll leave him. So you open the gate, she'll come out. You take her home. You never had to get in the pen with a boar. Rehash this. If the boar's going to hurt you, he's going to do it when there's something in heat. He'll kind of lose his mind a little bit. As far as handling him trying to get to the sows, honestly, with these low vigor boars that everybody's got now, where they were AI bred, it's not as big a problem as it used to be. But the big thing is, keep the boar where he can't see the sow. He'll smell her if she's at your neighbor's house. He can smell her for miles. He knows something's in heat somewhere close by. But when he can see it, when he smells a sow in heat and he can see a sow, that's when he's going to go to it. We use the hog panels with the hot wire on top. Works as good as anything. And I feel like I'm forgetting something important.
Signs that your boar is getting worked up.
Oh, that's something that is very important. You've always got this boar on the diet. I think we talked about that a while ago. We've had to start and stop this video, so I hope we talked about it a while ago. But you've got to keep him slim and trim. You want him athletic looking, it makes a big difference. So he's always hungry. Like this one gets 2.5 pounds of feed a day. That's not enough to keep him full. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll pull some rye up and give it to him, some kind of junk that won't really put any weight on him. Squash, stuff like that. But he's always hungry. So, you need to feed him first. When you come out here to feed up, feed the boar first. That way he doesn't get so worked up and doesn't run the fence and just get himself just terribly worked up. And like this boar here is as good natured as anyone we've ever had. And I don't really worry about him too much. But the truth is, the one that'll really hurt you is the one you're not worried about. The one you're scared of, you'll never give him the opportunity to do anything to you. The one that's really going to hurt you one day is the one that's about halfway a pig. So always remember that. When you get complacent, when you forget he's a boar, and you get in the pen with him, and he may hurt you not meaning to. I mean, they're not deadly dangerous, but you need to respect them. And the worst I've ever seen anybody get hurt by a boar was when you've got a sow in heat in the pen with him, and you do something like walk by and push on her butt to see if she's in standing heat yet, and he thinks you're competition, you're trying to breed her, and he comes after you. I have seen boars come after people like a charging alligator with their mouth open. You do need to be a little careful, but they're not, you know, like keeping a pet tiger. You just need to have them in a good fence, follow a few simple rules. Like I said, take the sow to the boar, not the boar to the sow. The way we've got everything set up here, we can move pigs without any trouble at all. I see YouTube videos all the time talking about loading pigs, how hard it is to load pigs. We can load out pigs in 15 minutes. Any pig here can be in a trailer. Top hog, feeder pig, big sow, don't matter, 15 minutes, she's loaded up and gone. Always connected pens, loading chutes, ramps to get them on the trailer, all that makes a big difference. Having your feed troughs attached to the fence where you don't have to chase feed troughs where they're attached to the fence, water troughs attached to the fence, on concrete where they're not buried in the mud, all that eliminates the work. all that eliminates having to fight a boar. Having to fight sounds. All that makes a big difference. But anyway, I think if you have any questions, leave it at the bottom of the video, because I really think I've left something out. We don't script these videos, and I think I have forgot something. I'm not sure what it is, but I do think I forgot a pretty major point I was going to try to cover. But anyway, if you have any questions, leave them in the bottom of the video. Remember, you can do all this stuff. We want to help you do it. There's 1,000 other YouTube channels you can get information, try to help you do it. But you'll never do it sitting on the couch. You'll never plow a field and turn it over in your mouth. So get up, get some post in the ground, and get after it. And if you need a little help knowing what to do, I'll try to help you. But I appreciate you watching, and y'all have a good one.